Hi, good evening, everybody. So, wanted to talk tonight about this experience of, our high-strung culture and this focus on attention deficit disorder, and talk about how one of my mentors was introduced this idea that perhaps it's a attention deficit disorder, and it really struck home. First, I really want to share something beautiful with you guys. If you can see, absolutely beautiful night where I am. Wanted to share this view with you guys before I keep going. Anyways, so this idea that, that maybe the focus isn't this attention deficit disorder, but maybe an intention deficit. And I'm just curious, I'm wondering how many people are really feeling a pull, like an inner desire, this feeling that you're just really ready, to step into something. But like what? What is this pull? But just feeling this really deep internal core-driven pull for something. And this time, being in isolation and working with social distancing measures really gives everybody a chance to come back to the things that they're passionate about. Come back to learning a little bit about what it was that, as kids or as a teenager, just past or present, things that really interest us, really drive us, things that we just love, like these little pieces of, oh my God, I forgot that this is really who I am. Or reminders that this, wondering, are we on this? What path are we on? And reminders that you are on the path or perhaps fallen off. And so this whole idea with this, of this intention deficit is that the culture as it was, a lot of people are just used to living life in a way where they just go out without any intention, wake up every morning and go out and do not do anything really with intention, but let life happen to you. So it's like you're letting life drive instead of you. So this is the whole idea, with social media and news and radio stations, all of this just like incoming, it's like hyper sensation, watching movies, reading books even, and almost this overwhelm of like what feelings are actually even yours? Was this imposed on me, or is this actually a core feeling of mine? And so this is just a really interesting idea, and I find it so interesting too because a lot of people are turning away from television or turning away, having to turn off the news, not wanting to listen to the radio. And as we sort of cut down a lot of this noise, oh no, can you not hear me, Grace? Are you able to hear now? Okay. So as we cut down a lot of this noise that's coming from external stimulus, starting to realize that, starting to hear their inner calling, their inner voice, noticing what emotions are really theirs versus a collective feeling, and discovering like what it is that really drives them. And this becomes more intentional. And as people are starting to discover the things that they really love and noticing, when they go out for a walk in nature and like the feeling associated with the sounds of the birds, or, feeling the wind or hearing the sound of the wind instead of the rush of the radio, what that really feels like. And as people start to realize what feels good and what really is in tune with their inner core feelings, being able to become more intentional. And it's interesting too, because as people cut out a lot of the social media, making those intentional choices of deciding what they will allow back in, making those decisions about, well, you know what, this actually really isn't really very good for me right now, and making those decisions about what is tolerable in their life and what is not. So I just think it's such a beautiful time, and I feel, I know I feel this pull, this desire to really step into something, and to be honest, and you know what, this is probably a really great honesty to share, is I'm like, but I don't even know what it is. And I think this is actually really important because we often don't know. And that's the whole point of the intention deficit, is that when you can become and begin setting those intentions, you don't have to know. You don't really have to know. You set those intentions, you realize what your tolerances are, what is welcome and what's not welcome in your life. And as you set those intentions and you get up in your morning and you realize, okay, no, it's super important that I do meditation every morning. It's super important that I go outside and that I ground, for 30 seconds, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever it is. You make these intentions, and then you begin living your life instead of letting life live for you. Instead of letting life happen to you, you get to begin living life and watching it unfold, watching magic and abundance and all the things that you're calling in, because you're experiencing and acting out of those feelings from the core. Hey, Nicole, it's so great to see you. Oh, thanks, Jess. Oh, so happy to see you guys here. So yeah, this has really been, it just really struck a chord. So I really appreciate you guys all tuning in. And naturally, I invite you to pay attention to what is really tugging at your heart core these days. What are the things that you're really enjoying? And just like write it down or say it out loud. Like, what are those things? And it could be so simple. Like, it could be remembering something that you loved doing as a kid. It might just be like, you know what? I just discovered that, yeah, I really love like sitting and doodling for a few minutes. It could be anything. So, yeah, checking in with the things that you love and setting an intention, just making sure that you're making those choices within your day for things that that align, and then watch it unfold. So good luck. Have fun creating magic. I really do believe it's a magical process, and it's powerful. And I believe once you start connecting with those core feelings and cutting out the feelings that aren't even yours to be experiencing, it's really, really incredible. Really, really incredible, and a beautiful practice to be able to tap into right now. So thank you so much for joining me. The sun is setting here, so I'm going to go and enjoy what I can and go check out the gardens. My hubby's down there with the chickens. I'll give you guys one more glimpse of the beautiful Canadian evening out here. My hubby down there at the gardens. So we're going to go and enjoy the birds and be intentional about our evening. So, guys, enjoy. Take care. Bye. Love to you all. Thanks for joining me. It's so good to see you guys.